Hi guys, MidiPlays here, bringing you another Clash Royale video. So today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you guys how to beat the one of the most annoying decks in the game, which is Logbait. So the classic deck, and I'll quickly show you guys before I actually show you the replay, is this combo. So Inferno Tower, Princess, Log, Poison, Miner, Skarmy, Goblin Barrel and Goblin Gang. Now I'm pretty sure the actual combo uses Rocket instead of Inferno Tower, or instead of Miner. I'm pretty sure one of those. But it does use Rocket obviously for chip damage and taking out executioners and stuff, because that's what a lot of people do to me when I play against it. But the cards that usually against Logbait, obviously you'd want to save your log for the Goblin Barrel. It's simple enough. But what about if you use my deck and then you have not only log to counter Goblin Barrel, but you also have executioner if you need it, although it's not a very stable counter. It's very easily countered. You also have Goblin Gang to counter as well, which does surprisingly well for 3 elixir. It is an even elixir trade and they don't get many shots off your tower, and if you place it right you can actually stop all the shots, but you do have to pre-plant it. Now I'm going to use my battle ram here, and he's going to have to place his Inferno right at the front, so the 2 barbarians can actually hit the Inferno tower. Skarmy is going to completely shut that down though. And I'm just going to leave the Skarmy because it's not going to get many shots off, and I don't really want to waste my Goblin Gang on that. So he's going to play his Goblin Barrel, and because I don't have log, I'm going to play my Goblin Gang instead. Now at this point, now I know he's Logbait, because it's the first time he's played his Goblin Barrel. So yeah. I'm going to play a Miner to get rid of his Princess, because again, you don't want to get baited. And it's going to get a little bit more chip. Now he's going to get ready with his Miner, and I'm just going to ignore that. I was going to do an Inferno Tower, and then just leave it there, just in case he played something else, but he obviously wasn't going to, because most of his deck counters Inferno Tower, and doesn't really get countered by it. So again, he's going to have to do an Inferno Tower. It's going to get shut down completely, and that Executioner is going to clean up on the Skeleton Army, and his tower is going to get shut down, and even the Goblin Gang is going to die just about right there. Now, I do recommend that you guys use this deck. I'm not sure what deck I'm going to use after the balance changes, but I've been using this deck for the past couple of months, and it's been working pretty well. I'm at 4,000 trophies with this, so if you guys are lucky enough to have all 3 legendaries that are in this deck, then I do recommend that you guys use this, because it is pretty good at stopping most cards. Just make sure that obviously you're not playing people with higher level zaps to one-shot your Goblin Gangs, because that's mainly the reason why I'm always losing. So the Battle Ram's actually going to connect to the tower. He's never really going to have enough elixir for 5, because he's panicking here. So I'm going to get a lot of chip damage off his second tower. Doesn't really make much of a difference at this point. Miner's not going to distract the Executioner, and the Executioner is just going to go to work on the Skarmy. The Princess is just going to die there, and the Log Poison is just going to take out all my troops, but it's okay, because I'm going to be able to push again, even them, and be able to almost take out, if I had enough time, I would have been able to take that out with another Battle Ram push or 2, but that's the end of the game. Some of the time, if they're using Rocket, this doesn't do very effectively, but just remember, you guys, this deck has several counters for the Goblin Barrel, and even Electro Wizard, when you place it down, the zap that it does, if you watch OJ's video on it, on countering Goblin Barrel or something like that, what it does is it actually just hits all 3 goblins if you time it right, and I'm getting better at that. I'm getting better at being able to time it, so yeah, I do recommend that you guys use this deck. 3 counters to Logbait, so it's one of the most easiest decks to counter, and their win condition instead of Goblin Barrel then at that point is Rocket. So I'm going to do a battle in this classic challenge I've got here, and we're going to go up against Arenas 43, so I'm going to give him the good luck thumbs up, and my guess he's going to be using Elite Barbarians, because everyone's using Elite Barbarians at this point, because they are still pretty powerful. I would say they're overpowered, but some people wouldn't. So I'm going to use a defensive battle ram. Now, you guys, I use a lot of defensive battle rams, which is going to get a ton of shots on that executioner there. But I'm actually going to leave that. And he's probably going to need to counter that. And now I'm going to be able to push again afterwards, because instead of going all out with the counter push there, I'm actually going to build up a second push, which is what I mainly do with this deck. And then usually they're on less elixir, so I'm going to poison that there, and it's going to get quite a few shots off the tower. It's going to get a little bit of damage on the baby dragon as well. So Goblin Gang is going to actually counter surprisingly well against the baby dragon. Now it is going to cancel out, but it was a 3-for-4 trade, so it's pretty good. And now it's just going to be a reset until I'm able to play an executioner in the back. Now we are ahead of him by about 1,000 tower damage. So I'm going to play another executioner here, and hopefully it hits the skeleton, so it just stays there. Right, cool, that's good. So it's actually going to target the executioner, but that's fine. We're going to play another Electro Wizard just to make sure that he doesn't get any shots off, or many shots off at least. He's going to counter considerably well. Now I'm going to do a miner here. I'm going to need to focus on more defense now, because if he plays anything else now, I'm pretty dead. Okay, so if he has log, then we are going to be dead here. But I'm going to lure it to the other lane, and I'm going to do a log as well. And it's going to clear out almost all of the skeleton army there. And that got pretty shot down. And now there's 60 seconds left. This is going to be a pretty long battle, I must admit. Okay, so he's going to do this, and he's going to try and get some shots off there. Execution is going to turn around, and the Electro Wizard is going to hit both at the same time. We're going to go with a miner, we're going to go with a Goblin Gang, and there's just tons of stuff on the field right now. Only one Valkyrie shot, and the Skeleton Army is going to get completely wrecked there. And the Witch is even going to get shut down. Now he needs to counter with even more Elixir now, to be able to counter my Executioner. And once that gets took out, I'm going to push again. It's not going to do as well as I thought it was going to do, but it's still going to almost get there, and the one Barbarian is going to get some chip damage off of the tower, which is going to get took out, and the Valkyrie's going to take out most of my push there. I'm going to do a log, pretty bad log there. That's the only real misplay I've had this game. The goblins are just going to get to the tower with the Executioner tanking for them, and that is good game. So that's another example of how to win with this deck. I've done a lot of tutorials on this at this point. Now I'm doing pretty bad in this challenge, but I'll probably do a screenshot and show you guys what I got on Twitter. So if you guys want to check out my Twitter, it's at midi_plays_yt. So that's going to be the end of this video. If you've got any suggestions for strategy videos for Clash of Clans or Clash Royale, I'm taking loads of suggestions, so please put them in the comments. And liking the likes, comment in the comments, subscribe, and peace out.